Hello, my name is Jacopo, and today I want to talk about identity. And I want to start by saying that I'm in a great place to discover default identities. So a couple of months ago, I moved to Ontry, into a land with a new group of people, with my family, and living together with other people on the same piece of land. It's a very nourishing experience. And it's also a wonderful environment and wonderful opportunity to discover my default identity. And when I say identity, what I mean is a collection of stories, of habits, of behaviors, beliefs, reactions, physiological patterns that you have repeated so many times in your life that they just feel like this is who I am. So it could be, I'm Italian, I am British, I am Portuguese, I am Polish, I am a lawyer, I am a doctor, I'm a transformational coach, I am a mother, I'm a father, I'm a friend, I'm the responsible victim, I'm the easygoing one, I'm the one who always keeps the peace, I'm the one who always ends up doing the job. So the more you repeat a behavior, the more it gets absorbed into the idea of who you think you are. And over time, that becomes your default identity. So your default identity is a bit like water around the fish, and you are the fish. So it's always around you, shapes everything that you do, and it's almost invisible to you. So let me give you an example. Imagine you go into a kitchen, into your kitchen, and the kitchen bench is full of dirty dishes, completely full of dirty dishes. So you might look at it and you must start rolling your eyes, maybe do some sounds like that. You might have an inner dialogue that goes something like, they never do it, I'm always the one doing it, or if I don't do it, no one will. And before you even notice, you started cleaning the dishes. Not really from a choice, but from an automatic identity. Or maybe your default identity is the easygoing one. And you look at the dishes and say, it's fine, whatever, I'll do it. But inside, a little, maybe not so little, resentment starts growing. And again, not from a choice, from a conscious choice, but from your default identity running the show. So it's the same situation, different default identities, which then lead to different results in your body, in your relationships, in your results, well, in your day, really. Because your default identity shapes the results you create in your life. So the problem is not that you have a default identity. Everyone does. The problem is when you forget that your default identity is optional. When you think, this is who I am, instead of, this is a role, a character that I learned to play, most probably to survive certain situations. So I can notice it, I can update it, I can choose something new that is more in aligned with the results that I want to create in my life. So as long as your default identity stays invisible to you, it decides. It decides how much space you take, how much you ask for help, how authentic you are, how much love you're able to let in. So here is an experiment that you can try today, even right now. you can pick one situation in your everyday life, maybe a situation related to dishes, to money, to time, in your romantic relationship, in your community life, and notice your reaction. Maybe your thoughts, maybe certain emotions, maybe some tension in your physical body. And you can ask yourself, what will be the name of my identity right now? Maybe the responsible victim, or the tough one, or the invisible one, or the nice one, or the rebel, or the superhero, which is very, very common among men, especially among men. And then what can I do? What move can I make to be able to break the pattern? It might be calling a friend and share with a friend, or asking for help instead of doing it all. Maybe saying no to something you have said yes to. Maybe saying what you really mean without filtering it. Or even, opening your arms wide and letting out a weird sound. Maybe standing up and jump on the spot. So what can you do to break the pattern? And this is not about inventing a fake personality. That, it might really look like it. The moment you start, you try something new, something that you have not done before, it might look like you are faking. But what this is about remembering that you are bigger than the character that you have been playing, that you have been enacting. And it's not bad that you created your default identity. You can actually be totally amazed at your own creativity. You've probably been amazed at some point watching actors build up characters and the way they embody a different way to speak, to move. So you can look at your own default identity with the same amazed eyes as you meet it in the kitchen, in the bathroom, at a table with your friends, with your community, with your partner, with your children. And the moment you start looking at your default identity, you start observing your default identity, you place yourself outside of it. And where you place yourself into is in the gap of possibilities. And in that space, you can choose who do you want to become instead, so that you can create results more in alignment with the results you want to create in your life. Thank you for watching.